Hey, it's Chandra from Glow Living. How are you? So, I'm curious if you've got any goals that have been challenging to meet and you need to have some kind of form of accountability. And if you had that, if you think that maybe it would keep you on track. So, for example, if you're having some fitness goals, sometimes joining a program or having a trainer or working out with a friend that keeps you accountable, or you have a class that you go to that's consistent, can do that. Sometimes having a coach, for whatever topic, it could be life coaching, but it could also be career coaching, can keep you on task with your career. For me, I need accountability around finishing this book. Okay. So I'm putting it out there. My part of being accountable is just sharing this with you because when I tell you I'm working on a book, then I'm going to have to follow through. So I want to share with you kind of where I am and talk to you a little bit about what I need in terms of support to get this done. I don't know why it's been hard. I feel like the first draft of this book just like flew out of me, and it was really great. And I was thinking, oh yeah, this is going to be easy. I don't know why people think it's so hard to write a book. And then gosh, I don't know what it is, but it's like now I'm going back in and I'm doing new drafts. I've got all this content that I'm rewriting, and it's hard because I guess I just want to make sure it's really good and stuff. So and that it's going to be successful. So what it is basically is the Root to Rise online program that I have, I'm turning into a book format. And the book format is going to also have workbook pages integrated into it. So you can, read the narrative, that kind of explains everything, but also workshop yourself through the program, because I know that it's sometimes difficult to do an online course and stay accountable to doing it. But and everybody's so burned out with being on Zoom and online and everything. I just thought a hard copy version could be really cool for people who just want to follow along when they have free time. So anyway, it is the Root to Rise program, but in a book, a self-help kind of personal growth and development book program format. And I just thought I'd start by just saying, like, I want to first find out if anybody's interested in being a reader. Like eventually very soon I'm going to have a first draft, and I would love to see if any of you want to read it and give me notes. Um, of course, it's a huge investment of your time, and so I appreciate it. And I know not everybody's going to have the luxury of doing it, but if you're interested, I would love to sign you up for that. Um, and I just thought that maybe what I would do just for fun is just randomly, like, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to like turn it to a page and have to tell you about what it is just for fun. So I'm just flipping it open to wherever. And boy, I guess that's going to be a hard thing to do. Okay. Wow. So I turned it to something about how to get unstuck. Okay. So I'm providing examples about it, and I'm talking about, actually, one of the things about getting stuck is that we have to figure out what's underlying the stuckness. Is it a underlying belief? Is there a double bind going on, which is like you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. You've got to pick a direction. And so when I'm talking about being stuck in this book, I'm talking about, you know, you have a goal that you want to achieve, and you're somehow not realizing it, and something is holding you back. And so it starts with understanding what the obstacle actually is about, what needs it serves. And the book starts by explaining all the human needs. And then when you do know that language and all those definitions for yourself, then you can start to hone in on how being in the situation that you're in is serving some needs in some ways, even if it's just keeping you safe. It may not be making you happy, it may not be making you fulfilled, but it's what it's doing is it's keeping you where you are because, for safety reasons or for any of the six human needs. And so, I start by talking about, well, what needs is it serving you to be where you are? And then get into like, what needs is it serving to break free from that, and how to increase your fulfillment at those higher levels. And I talk in here about fear, fear that comes along with change. Because when we make a big decision for our life, what we're talking about doing is making a big change, and there can be fears and limiting beliefs that hold us back. So we take time to analyze that in the book. We talk about, the understanding of why you want what you want. What's the motivating factor? You're looking to kind of leverage yourself out of this stuck place. So being honest with yourself about why you want something to change, and that's kind of important. And then um what you're willing to do about it, because sometimes we want something for ourselves, but we're not willing to do the things that are actually necessary to do it. So it might mean something big, like going through a breakup, or it might mean, going back to school, or it might mean changing a job, or it might mean stop talking to somebody that's toxic. And these are very difficult decisions to make sometimes, even though the outcome is going to be positive for us. And so we need to look at what we're willing to do to achieve the things that we want, because those decisions are, commitments, and they have implications. And so this analyzes that. And then we can get into kind of like worst case scenario stuff, because sometimes, we it's not as bad as we think it's going to be. It typically isn't. And so if you can look at, well, how bad is the worst case? If it's really, really bad and you're at risk for a lot, and that might tip you off to why you have a need for feeling safe. But if it's not that bad, then maybe something else is at work. Like you just need a little encouragement, or you need to gather resources, or under you to support you through it, or you need to make a game plan, or you need to make a certain amount of money in order to afford it, or whatever it is. Putting that plan into place is something that you can analyze through the book as well, and kind of build a strategy for. Um, there's also a part in here about what it's costing you to stay stuck, because as safe and everything as it might be, there's some cost, and it's costing you a little bit right now because it's not true to your your authenticity, and it's not true to where you want to go. But what happens in time is that the pain ratchets up. It's going to cost us more if we stay in this exact place in a year from now, in 3 years from now, in 5 years from now, in 20 years from now. And so there's a little analysis in the book about what that would look like if you didn't make the change, because that can also leverage the possibility for change when you realize that by avoiding it, it's not going to get better. And when we really to connect with the pain of what that can look like, it's like it becomes not a should do, but a must do. So that just gives you a little bit of a overview on one tiny little random chapter that I picked out of nowhere. And there's an exercise in here, and stuff like that, and worksheets for that. So excited to roll this out, and really, because I think it's going to help people in so many ways. And that's just one small topic. So it's kind of cool. I'm excited now. See, even talking about it and sharing this with you, I'm getting excited and re-energized about it. So let's see, give me some encouragement. Let me know if you want to read it, or if you want to do some of the exercises in it, or if you want to be a case study or whatever, because I'm filling in the blank pages and can use my community support around me. And if you're going through something, or have a goal, or are having a hard time leveraging yourself to move forward on something, you can count on me as well. Just let me know what you're dealing with, and I'll see what I can do to help you too. We're in it together, and I hope you have a fantastic day. Thanks so much. Talk to you later.